Hey guys, this is Mena Massoud. I play Aladdin in Disney's Aladdin, and I'm doing First Times with BuzzFeed. All right, first time here. First time you realized you wanted to be an actor. Probably my first time watching Mrs. Doubtfire or Rush Hour. Damn! First celebrity you ever met. This is a hard one because I think I meet celebrities a lot, but I don't know who they are. I grew up in an Egyptian household, so I'm not very cultured in that way. I think it's Will. I think it has to be Will Smith, which is a pretty good one to begin with. First kiss. Does this include mouth action or cheeks are fine? How am I supposed to set the scene here? There was these train tracks. Behind these train tracks, we would get away from the institution that we were at. I don't want to say either school or church. Probably there, I think. At least the first one I remember, so the first one worth remembering. Tell us about the first text you sent today. I probably text my publicist and asked her where I should do my laundry. It's not very exciting. First time meeting your co-star, Will Smith. We just talked about you, Will. Oh my God. So I met him, it was during prep. I came up to him, I said hello, but I looked like one of the dancers because we were doing dance rehearsal, so he didn't know who I was. So he was like, oh, hey, what's up? And I thought it was very weird the way he reacted, and then I walked away, and I was like, oh, I didn't tell him who I was. So I went back, and I was like, oh, by the way, Will, it's Mena Massoud. And he was like, oh, Mena, what's up? And his reaction totally changed. So make sure you always introduce your name when you're introducing yourself to people. But I was nervous, so. First person you text when you're having a bad day. My friend Elma Begovic or Joshua Pavado. Sorry guys, you're losing your privacy as of right now. First reaction after putting on Aladdin's costume for the first time. Probably my classic Mena laugh, which if you haven't heard it yet, someone say something funny. All right, not actually my laugh. First celebrity crush. Oh gosh, there's so many good ones. Hilary Duff. I used to watch Lizzie McGuire, and I asked for her Christmas CD one Christmas, and I got it. I may have kissed the CD with her face on it. Sorry. If I ever meet you, Hillary. Okay, first acting gig. Peter Pan in elementary school. I played Peter Pan. I did not get paid for it in grade 8, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have bought myself some nice Pokemon cards. Couldn't afford those. First time you bombed an audition. I probably forgot my lines, but I will tell you when I first time I bombed one of my first jobs. I was supposed to play this Afghan soldier who had this head trauma, and eventually he dies because of this head trauma. And he was supposed to be in pain, and I was trying to do it and I wasn't getting it. And the director came over and she's like, I'm not feeling it. And I was like, I know, I'm not feeling it. And she stopped me and she said, you're an actor. It's your job to make me feel like you feel it. And that hit home. I was like, that is my job. And I think I've been better ever since. First memory that comes to mind when you hear the word Egypt. Sunrise. First bad haircut. Probably a mushroom cut. My parents were big fans of that. I think it was popular in Egypt or something, and they just decided to bring that over to Toronto. Not a good move, parents. Not a good move. Tell me about your first pet. I've never really had a pet, so to be continued? Seriously, I don't know. Sorry, it was anticlimactic, guys. All right, so that was my first time here at BuzzFeed. I had a blast. Thank you for having me, and make sure you go watch Aladdin May 24th.